What's up, chat? It's your boy Sugar again. You tune in right now to the best channel on YouTube, and I'm speaking it into existence. We finna get better with these videos. I'm gonna have to go in the order GoPro. I ain't gonna count. It's a lot of stuff I wanna do on these videos and be more creative with them. So I need to upgrade my equipment. I need to get better with the content, but it's gonna come. I need to find a way, to keep y'all in tune. I know y'all like the information videos, but for the people that's, maybe just want to see how trucking is and stuff like that, I want to be able to show them more of that type of footage. So I'm gonna be working on something soon. I don't know how I want to do it, if I want to do a video 100 or I don't know, but I'll be working on something soon. But yeah, for the people that is subscribed, thanks for the support, thanks for the likes, thanks for the comments. My email is normally in the description. You always can reach out. Some people, they be asking about the trainers, and I just say just go in with a positive mindset, because everybody got different experience. If I would have had my second trainer first, then I probably would have had a better experience when I first go around. But I mean, it's all good. Like, I can't say I just know all the trainers or nothing like that. I only know the trainers that, train me. But I will be a trainer soon, so I don't know who my first student gonna be, but I'll probably have something special for him. I don't know. I think I want to bless my student with something. I just got to figure out, it'll be my first student, and I'm gonna give him everything pretty much I know. And if he got any questions, or he or she, or however it works, then, I got certain people that they hit me up, certain males they want me to train, certain females, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, some people, y'all be needing a trainer soon, or some people might need a trainer, next month or something. It depend on if I'm training or not. I'll be training soon. I gotta go to class sometime the middle of October, like October 19th. So I go to class then, and then I probably have a student that week. So I don't know exactly who gonna be my student yet, but I'll meet the student or whatever. If you is probably available around that time, probably send me an email or something, and I probably have my driver code in the description, or I'll shoot you my driver code. And I mean, I probably can, if I don't know if they'll let me request you or not, but I know you can see if you can request certain trainers. I should be able to, I guess, approve or request maybe request y'all too. I don't know, but if you're interested, then just let me know. This video, I wanted to make it about what I learned as a company driver. Somebody, they getting started here. So what I learned as a company driver, I learned a lot. First off, to keep it simple out here, it's this as simple as it probably gonna get. You're gonna get a load on that tablet, accept, deny, however you're supposed to accept them as a company driver. So you accept the load, got pickup, got delivery time, you go get it, you drop it off. After every load, after every pickup, you gotta, scale at the nearest scale. Sometimes you might have to slide your tandems to, the correct hole, depending on where you're going, because you can't, if you go to Cali, you can't go past the 5th hole. So just, depend. So that's just as simple as it get. Make sure you put your load lock on there. Some of the loads for sure, use your load bar so the stuff don't fall. Sometimes you picking up trailers that's already loaded, so what's there in there, if it got load bars already in there or not, then that ain't on you. Yeah, for the most part, that's as simple as it get. Out here in the trucking world, as a company driver for Stevens, you gonna learn a lot of patience. I know a lot of y'all be ready to go off their yard and stuff, but that's kind of like the first patient moment you gonna learn. Like, that's when you at that yard, it's a lot of stuff got to be done, a lot of waiting around and stuff like that. So you learn patience right then and there. Then when you get in the truck, it'll be the same type of when you go to shippers, when you go to receivers, everybody not as fast as the next person or whatever. So I mean, you gotta be patient, even at the fuel lines. If everybody fueling up, you know, daytime at the same time or nighttime at the same time, then it's like, you gotta be patient. So you'll learn, you know, how to be patient out here, and that'll come, you know, the more you out here. Traffic, you know, cars faster than a truck. So a lot of times they try to, you know, hurry up and come in front of you. And to prevent accidents, you just gotta keep your distance and just go slow, especially in traffic. Trying to see, you know, as a company driver, they cover everything, so you really don't have to worry about nothing besides whatever you buy for yourself, or like food, and as far as fuel, trailer washouts, truck washes, and that type of that stuff, they cover it. So I mean, if your tire got flat or anything like that, it's all covered. They gonna 9 times out of 10 send you to a TA or send Roadside, depending on, you know, if you need Roadside or not. And TAs, you just gotta wait till it's your turn and wait till it's available, but you're gonna get taken care of. Now, don't get the fuel with me saying that they cover it, get it mixed up, because they cover loaded miles on contractor side. So it ain't like you just paying out of pocket for all your fuel on contractor side. If you got a load, let's say, hold on, because this kind of just happened to me. So I dropped off a trailer and I picked up at the same place. So I picked up a drop and hook pretty much, and it had a loaded miles, 1,000 loaded miles. So all them loaded miles are covered on fuel. You do that times whatever surcharge they give us for that week, and like it would be like I'd say 41 cents times the 1,000. So when you multiply that, you will see how much cash that is, that load for your fuel, and that should be enough to get you, you know, through that load for real. Like it's not as bad as, you know, some people might make it sound, oh, you got to pay for everything as contract and this and that. No, they still cover your trailer. You just cover whatever happens with the tractor. But you're going to have your business account and maintenance account set up a certain way to where every time you're getting paid, money is going to those accounts. So when you do have to, pretty much when they have to pay for it, cover it, it'll just come out your account. You won't even have to worry about it. You won't even really see it, like, you know. I can say, as a company driver, the way I would say the parking situation, I learned more so not to park in the middle, because now you got to worry about people parking on both sides of you. And I try to park like on the end or somewhere where it's like right now I'm doing it. There's no parking spot in front of me. Or let me see. I try to get in some easier spots. Like I'm not going to put myself in the hardest parking spot, you know, if it's plenty of parking. Like if it's plenty of parking, why I put myself in the hardest spot? Sometimes when I'm bored, I might do it. But for the most part, I try to get into a spot where it's either nobody, just one truck that can fit on the side of me, or I done park next to somebody and there's no other spot available or something. Like, I try not to get in the middle. You get in the middle and you got to worry about both sides. And, you know, if you could drive, you can drive, but everybody can't drive. So I like to watch. Like, if I'm up at the time, I like to watch and make sure nobody hit my truck until somebody park. The managers are, you know, pretty good. You're going to get, if you don't get a hold to your manager, you're going to get a hold of somebody. Now, back to the patient thing, you got to learn patience on this too, because sometimes when you call, it's, you know, thousands of drivers. It's only like probably 50 people in office, maybe less than that. I don't know, but sometimes you might have to wait and take a minute to get a hold of somebody, but somebody going to answer. It just, you know, sometimes take a minute. And there go. I ain't got the truck on for real, but every now and then they do that. Do it on his own. Well, I got the heat on, but what I can say as a company driver, sometimes, well, I had to learn this. Sometimes you're gonna run out of fuel. it's nothing wrong with, you know, running out of fuel. Whoop-de-doo. Nah, man. I ran out of fuel one time going up like a hill when I first started. And I guess my MPGs weren't, you know, too high. You need to have your MPGs above 8. If you're going up and down hills, then, you know, it's going to be hard to go above 8. But at least try to do 7. If not, like, the hill's going to determine, you know, how the road is going to determine your MPGs and how you know, pressing on the gas. If you're going from each gear, like, just keep going from 12 to 11 and stuff like that, then that's, you know, messing with your gas. So it was a time where I ran out of fuel and I was going up a hill and the truck just, you know, pretty much locked up, but I was able to cut on my hazards and pull on the side of the road. I had to call Stevens, call Roadside. I was like 5 miles away from the Loves. So Roadside, they came pretty fast, but pretty much they had to bring me like 50 gallons of gas until, I mean, I ain't need that much, but Stevens, once they pay you to come out, you gonna come out. They gave me some fuel. I ended up going to the Loves ahead of me and got my fuel stop. Like when you company driver, you know, you gotta go to the fuel stop. So eventually I learned my truck to understand when I'm at a certain amount how many more miles I got before I just, you know, run out. And it was a time where my light came on. I think I had 120 miles left to get to the fuel, and I had to pretty much make a call like, hey, I'm not gonna make it to this fuel stop. So, you know, I was calling ahead of time instead of running out of gas, and pretty much they had me go to the next available Pilot, Flying J's, or whatever that's best, you know, to go to. So I went there, put maybe like, I forgot how much they told me. I don't really want to just throw a number out. It could have been like 30 to 50 gallons, but I just put enough in there to get to my actual fuel stop, and I was good. I seen one Stevens driver before. It kind of caught me off guard. He was stopped on a freeway. He had his hazard lights on, and I'm pretty sure he ran out of gas. Instead of him, I guess he wasn't able to get on the side, so he was literally on the road. And I'm like, dang. And I think he was training a student. I couldn't remember. I really didn't look too much. I just got over, and, you know, I was like, ooh, I'm trying to make it to my fuel stop as we speak. Like, you know, I'm just trying to make sure I get to my little fuel stop. As a company driver, really, company, contract don't matter. You'll learn that, you know, for your driving, you will be held accountable. So you can't be running stop signs. You can't be running lights. For certain, like, you know, if you go a certain speed over the speed limit, they're gonna tag you for speeding, or at least it's gonna alert the system. And pretty much everything that you do, they'll have like the safety talks, and y'all will pretty much go over it. It's like every 90 days. Sometimes you can have your safety talks in the truck on video chat and stuff like that. They'll show you the video. And then sometimes if you like going back to the yard, then you're gonna do it in person. And depending on what you did, certain actions that require a class, then that class is like, well, it's different classes. I know one class is kind of familiar with, a lot of people kind of go, it's VDRP or something like that, and it's like 4 hours. And I mean, you ain't gonna want to do that class. Well, you ain't gonna want to do what you did again to get in that class, because that class is something that everybody take every 2 years. Now, it's always somebody in there, and it's just like 4 hours out of your day for whatever you did, you know. But that just, you know, some of the stuff you learn. The benefits, pretty much they good on the company side for a fact. Contractor side, you get to choose your own, but they got some in-house stuff too, like on the contractor side. You know, they take care of your taxes and stuff. If you use the bathroom a lot, eventually your body gonna adjust to being in a truck for long periods of driving and stuff. Because if it don't, of course you go to the bathroom, pull over, but the more your driver door open, less miles you getting, the less money you making. Now, it's sometimes where, you know, you might have a load and you can take 2 or 3 breaks, you know, you good. So eventually, like, it probably don't happen right away, but sometimes eventually your body gonna get used to it. Like, I understand that I can drive maybe 6-8 hours, you know, before I just need to use it. Like, I might use it in the morning, drive like 6 to 8 hours, and then I need to go use it. Or whenever I go get fuel, I gonna go use the bathroom versus, just holding it until super later where I really gotta use it and stuff. I just, use the bathroom in the morning when you get fuel or taking your break or whatever. Your body adjusts to that. I'm trying to see. I say, also you learn as a coming driver, before you hit anything, get out and look. I mean, it's simple. Just get out and look. If you think, or if you're not sure, just get out and look. Like, it's simple. Just get out and look when you get close to the spot and make sure you're good. Sometimes you're able to, if the person is up or you see the person, watching you back up, sometimes you're able to, hey, you can guide me back, or you can just make sure I don't hit you and stuff like that. I mean, get you some help sometimes, like especially when you're a new driver. You don't want to have preventable accidents when the person might be available to help you, or you just get out and look, help yourself. Also, if you somebody who's like to sleep a lot, they got something for you. It's called sleep apnea. So I don't really know how you get it, but I kind of know like something like if you overweight, maybe you might have it or something, but like you need to Google that or something. But if you sleep a lot and you sleep a lot, they got sleep apnea for you. My trainer had it, and it was like a breathing machine, and he had to basically be on it for like a certain percentage of the month. So I'm driving, he in the passenger, or at nighttime he cut his machine on, and I'm just like, man, I don't know what he got to do to get out that machine, but I would hate to be on the machine, because first of all, I don't got no type of asthma, I don't got no type of health problem, so it's just like, well, I definitely don't need that. So I was like, that's for the people that like to sleep a lot. They'll have that for you. Trying to see, I had wrote some stuff down, to cover. For the most part, I covered everything as a company driver. As a company driver, you also, I'm gonna say, you're gonna make 800 to like 1,400. Your check's gonna be up and down depending on what you do, the miles, what type of week and stuff. So, but for the most part, I say 800 to 1,200. Well, 800 to like 14. I think I got 1,600 before, but for the most part, 8 to 14. So, I don't know how everybody feel about that, but I say just, get past them first 2 months, get to your third month, and you'll start seeing more of your money. Also, Steven's always hiring drivers, so you're gonna run into plenty of Steven drivers out here, and I ain't had no bad experience with them. So I be, sometimes chatting it up with them, and meeting other drivers, and just seeing what's going on. Like, if they got any advice or any tips or anything, then I just take it on. Like certain stuff that if they want to ask me something, or if y'all ask me something, I can give it to y'all. Like, that's what it's all about for real. Helping out the next driver. I know a lot of people out here, they don't do that. Some drivers, I don't know, they seem like they be having a bad attitude and stuff, but I don't let it affect me. Like, at the end of the day, that's you. As y'all see, my LEDs back there, it's daytime, so I don't got them on. I could close the curtain and have them on, but I'm good right now. But y'all see it been stand up, I ain't gonna lie. That tape is clutch. I put it on my shorts, so y'all want to know how these stay up in the truck no matter the temperature. And when you get out the truck, watch my short. I'm telling you, that Gorilla, I think it's Gorilla tape, both sided, double-sided tape. Hey, I ain't had no problem. This tape, this ain't came down at all. My truck done got super hot, got super cold. It's good. And I got plenty of more double-sided tape, so I'm good. Yeah, thanks for everybody that been, reaching out, tuning in with me. I appreciate all the love. Still email, driver code probably gonna be in the description. Just hit me up. Y'all got any questions, any comments, just drop them down below, and I'm always in the comments willing to help y'all. Somebody asked about teams. I'll make a video about teams soon. Teams do make more money than solo, depend on the team, because you can be teams. Okay, you should make more money regardless, but you can easily be close to if what you made solo if your teammate is not a good teammate, because you got some teammates that both of them run. So whatever you're doing now solo, you can get that as a teammate. Well, a little bit more, maybe it depends on like, you know, how y'all running, but you can get way more miles as a teammate, and pretty much y'all will split whatever y'all get paid, and the miles y'all do, y'all, you know, split it. And you know, you also, I think, instead of you getting 50 cents as a common driver, you'll get like 60 cents or 62. Stay tuned for that teams video, because don't quote me on that, you know, cent. I got the paper and stuff up in my truck, and I'll get that to y'all. I'll be telling y'all more accurate numbers, but it is like a double. I'm just thinking like ahead of time. I can let y'all know that it just depends on your teammate. You got maybe a couple or a friend, or you meet somebody that both of y'all, you know, willing to work. Cool. If y'all both, you know, laid back and chill, don't want to drive, y'all split $1,000. And I know y'all gonna hate that. Y'all gonna hate to split $1,000. I'm talking all crazy. Y'all gonna hate to split $1,000. I'm telling you. But it's your boy Sugar again. I'm out. Stay tuned for the next video.